Usually 1 plus 1 equals 2, but in Synergy, 1 plus 1 equals 3, 28, or sometimes 700. How does that even make sense? Take a look at the inside of this watch. It consists of less than half a pound of material. Each piece on its own as a raw material is valued at less than pennies. But when engineered and structured together in a certain way, it becomes a watch that is worth hundreds of dollars or even thousands in value compared to the value of the material on its own. The same thing can happen with people, whether you're trying to achieve synergy in your professional or personal life. When people work together with the same mission, goal, purpose, and set of values, multiplications of the results can take place as opposed to the sum of the results that we would otherwise produce individually. Think of a World Cup soccer game where one player passes the ball towards his teammate towards the opponent's goalie. The teammate then taps the ball at a high speed towards the goalie. The goalie jumps in the air with one arm stretched out trying to block the ball, but it whiffs by his hand and swooshes into the net, driving billions of people to cheer in celebration. That's synergy. Not only that great results happen in synergistic processes, the process becomes so much more meaningful and people become so much more engaged. Well, you may be curious now. It's easy to talk about the watch and it's easy to talk about a soccer game. How about real life? How can we achieve synergy in real life? Well, that's a good question because there are principles that need to be in place for synergy to happen between people. We must increase our internal sense of security, openness, and spirit of adventure. All these stem from our unique model of the world, our paradigm, and our values. Without these qualities, we cling harder to external factors of security. If that seems like a lot of work, let me tell you more positive aspects of having synergistic processes with other people. When we are in synergy, everything becomes much more smooth. Communication becomes so efficient that one-word answers can speak words, and eye signals can speak sentences. If you're thinking to yourself, people around me are kind of difficult to synergize with, let me tell you this. It's true that synergy isn't easily achievable because it requires people involved to be high in openness, creativity, reason, and logic. What hinders synergistic processes, however, are people who are emotional, illogical, negative, unconscious, and have rigid communication styles. These characteristics that hinder the synergistic process can cause frustration that put goals and objectives to a halt. So if you find that you really cannot achieve synergy with people around you, what do? Well, first of all, make sure you take the time to understand their perspective objectively, because sometimes a different perspective is the exact thing that you need. More than likely, if your mission is big enough, you may need teammates that are on the opposite side of the spectrum of creativity and openness. It may seem uncomfortable at first being met with different opinions, but make sure you examine them well and objectively. By doing this, you're still being effective with your resources and doing the best with what you have. Remember that in synergy, there's a lot of hit and miss, and sometimes ambiguous results in the process. For many, that's very unsettling. People who are difficult to synergize with are people who are overly defensive, as this reduces the likelihood of creative exchange between people. We also have to cultivate trust in the other person, as this will allow us to utilize each other's strengths and support each other's weaknesses. When I started my YouTube channel and would tell my friends, many of them would list all the reasons why it's a bad idea. It used to bring me down. However, I'm very fortunate to have a few friends that are high in openness and creativity and would give me huge boosts of motivation. These are friends that are easy for me to synergize with. They are not afraid of embarrassment or disappointment. They believe in better things and are willing to try, and that is part of their paradigm and their model of the world. In conclusion, in regular sense, 1 plus 1 equals 2, but in synergy, it's exponential multiplications. Find people that you can create synergy with, and make sure you are a person that people can synergize with. Stay open, positive, and work hard. If people around you are difficult to synergize with, still listen to them and examine their opinion objectively before you discard it, as it may just what you need. This way you ensure that you're doing the best with what you have, where you are, every single day. This way you're allowing progress to accumulate day by day, and one day you'll wake up and find that exponential growth that you didn't even expect. If you find the way I explained this concept interesting, there's a high chance you will also like how I explained the concept of win-win, which will help you negotiate more effectively and successfully with everyone around you every single day. Link is in the description. See you there.